everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Yoshi Story for the Nintendo 64. Today, we're going into our first episode, say level 6-1 of the final level, the finale. Mecha Castle. Of course, with everything being all mechanized, why is there a pendulum here? Anyway, so it turns out that the trick to getting further in this level is we have to swing back and forth on this pendulum in order to progress. So since this might be your first time watching a level 6 video, let me just explain it in general. So all of the levels in level 6, or all of the stages in level 6, will ultimately lead you to the same fight with Baby Bowser. So whether you pick 6-1, 6-2, 6-3, or 6-4, once you collect 30 fruits in that stage, you will be able to confront Baby Bowser and rescue the Super Happy Tree. As to which stage you want, of course that depends on how many Super Happy Hearts you were able to find back in your particular stage back in level 5. Stage 6-1, of course, is always available by default, and admittedly, I find it kind of hard at parts. So as you guys will see later on, that these these like swords that keep popping out, they can be pretty dangerous for Yoshi and his friends. So of course, a number of things that we do have to be careful about are these gears. As you walk around on them, they will start turning around. You can lose your footing if you're not careful. That was a very close call right there, Yoshi. You could have gotten sliced and diced. That would not have been good for Yoshi's. Oh, there's Miss Warp number 1, so we'll definitely say hello to her. So, unfortunately, there are a lot of ways in this level for Yoshi to get captured by Baby Bowser. Either he loses all of his health, or he just falls down a pit. Again, like I mentioned, there are a number of ways to do that. In fact, even here, where these gears are, you can actually get stuck in between the gears, and that will count as an instant death, unfortunately for Yoshi. So Yoshi will lose all of his health, and he will be turned over to Baby Bowser. What I'm doing out here is I'm actually trying to defeat a couple of Shy Guys that are lingering around in the air, because we actually have to... I'm prepping this particular section of the level for just a moment from now, where it'll be easier for me, to navigate this particular area. And again, you do have to be careful with the gears, as well as the really sharp swords that keep popping out, like that one. So that being said, if we found a magic switch, that magic switch is actually going to activate some prize balls further on. You can hit that floating panel with an egg if you need more time, but if you're speedy enough, you can just make your way up here. Those particular surprise balls will only appear when you activate the switch. If you don't quite make it in time, you'll actually be skipping this room altogether, this one that has Miss Warp number 3 and the black Shy Guys that are dropping these heavy mallet hammer things on top of Yoshi. So unfortunately, they're pretty heavy and they will hurt Yoshi. Another thing is you cannot eat these Shy Guys. These Shy Guys do not taste good to Yoshi at all. So the best way to avoid them, or the best way to get by them, is just try to avoid them in general. So either try and activate, try and make them drop their weapon, or try and run underneath it as fast as you can. Oh hey, there's a melon. You can defeat the Shy Guys by throwing an egg at them, but then another one will just appear back in its place in a short time. So you do have to be a little bit worried about that. If you aren't careful with with where your position is for these particular bubbles, when the Shy Guy drops its weapon, it may actually pop the bubbles. So if you're not prepared to be picking up whatever's inside those bubbles, then you might miss out on them. So this room we would actually have gotten to from the other way as well had we not taken the secret panel switch. There's a number of interesting mechanics here. One, we can see we are running along this giant wood log thing. So we can actually run that sort of in 3 dimensions. Anyway, there was another melon for us to find as well. And in this particular room, there are actually a number of, I don't know what you call them, compressors, springs, I don't know what you would call them exactly, but basically they are giant things that can squish Yoshi, and very much like getting stuck in between the gears, will result in an instant death, and your Yoshi gets captured by Baby Bowser. I missed one melon just back a little bit of a ways, If you stand on the right edge part of that log, then the melon will appear up there. So we were actually able to take a secret path and find Miss Warp number 2, as well as another Super Happy Heart. So with these compressor things, you can go ahead and just wait for them all to crunch in unison. That way you can make it safely across. You probably have enough time to just hustle through, to just run through the compressors, you know, even before they all go in unison. But if you want to play it safe, just wait for them all to go in unison and then run right afterwards. They're not too bad if you handle it slowly. But again, if you do it faster, if you get hit by those things, if you get crushed by them, Yoshi gets lost and Yoshi gets captured by Baby Bowser, so you do have to lose a life. And I do not believe there are white Shy Guys in the level 6 stages. There really isn't a purpose for them either, since it is the last stage in the game. So you just have to use the Yoshis that you have left in order to progress through the game. Waiting for these to go. Okay, now they just went all in unison. Excellent. So far so good. We've got, it looks like 16 melons. We are making our way through this stage. More sharp knives coming at us. So we do have to take our time, because again, those things are sharp and they will hurt Yoshi. Of course, they keep placing them more and more precariously, more closely, dangerously next to you. But that's okay, you guys can figure out how to avoid them. So we have some surprise balls. So don't lick these too fast, otherwise you might get caught up in the swords. Now notice that I actually missed a melon. It's okay, I'll come back to it. What I did right there was that's actually a tulip. You may have seen that in a previous level or not. But basically Yoshi can project himself in a particular direction. So here's our race mini game. Now it's a race against swords and gears. So if by timing it so that we got the 6th melon right before we started the race, that actually makes Yoshi invincible during this part of the race. Of course, if Yoshi hits any of the blocks or the massive hammers or the swords or the gears, he does still get slowed down and stuck up, and he gets stuck in places. Of course, now the power is worn off, so now Yoshi got hurt. Oh no, Yoshi, you're running out of time! You got 4 melons out of 7, that's not bad. But, is that enough to activate the little happy heart? No, it's not. Okay, so I had to cut after another time that I tried playing through this particular section, just so that I could show you guys where what the particular letter is for this level. So this time I'm running through, I don't have the invincibility going on here, and yet I somehow did better, which is a little weird, I know, but that's okay. So admittedly, this one is taking me a lot of practice just to get kind of good at it. I still can't get all 7 melons, but I've been doing a little bit of practice, and I'm doing better. So indeed, I got 6 melons in this particular practice run, and that, of course, that'll be enough to illustrate the next letter in this game. So of course, this was just on a side practice file, and today's letter is a T. So resuming our regular Yoshi show now. So Yoshi went down the base, and we are actually back down here where we had our massive swords. I'm eating just a couple of fruits along the way because I know that we missed 3 since we only got 4 out of 7 at this point, so I'm not too concerned with whatever. I'm just picking up whatever 3 fruits I find. Of course, now I can also pick up the melons that I did not pick up along the way. Here we can use our tulip again. Notice that there's a little cursor that indicates what direction Yoshi will fly towards. You can adjust that yourself with the control stick. Now we're almost done. Look at that. We only need 2 more melons in the stage. Oy! Yoshi got shish kebabbed. Not good. Not good for Yoshis. Alright, so fortunately we found Miss Warp number 4. We are almost done now. If this Shy Guy would get out of the way. Thank you, Mr. Shy Guy. Alright, Yoshi found another melon, and there are more swords just poking out. So as we go up this particular elevator shaft, we have to be careful, because they're not all from the same side, so But fortunately, up here is our very last melon for this stage. So in fact, we now have our 30 fruits. We will now confront Baby Bowser. What do you got to say?
What do we have here? Mario's little pet. I have pets too. Let's all play together. Play nice. I hate it when guests throw bombs at my ceiling.
So welcome to the final fight with Baby Bowser. So of course this fight plays exactly the same regardless of which stage in level 6 you decided to take through. So there are two main ways to hurt him. One is you can throw your weapons all the way up to the top so that the spikes fall down upon him. Another one is you can have the bombs hit him without you doing anything. Or use the fireworks from your eggs.
Here's my poem. I'm the king, you dino guy. I'll smash you now and say goodbye.
So at the second part of the phase, it's a lot easier to just use the bombs that are now falling down. So you want to lift them up twice. That way, basically, they start following you like as if they were eggs. If you still have your regular eggs too as ammunition, feel free to use those. But again, you want like the firework explosion to hit Baby Bowser. But we got a bomb, we are throwing it up, and we are now standing in front of a defeated Baby Bowser, jumping for joy.
Yow, this hurts! I hate you puny little Yoshis! I'll give you back your super stupid tree! Besides, its fruit tastes rotten to me.
Aw, so Baby Bowser did not like the fruits on the Super Happy Tree. So, that's it. Baby Bowser gets carted away. The Yoshis have recovered the Super Happy Tree, and everything is awesome. So again, here's score just for scoring's sake. After you've completed through the main story mode, you've collected your scores from all 6 pages. You'll get a cumulative score just by adding everything up. And if you got a top score, you can of course then put your name you can put your name into a registry, and it'll show up as a top score thing at the very end of the game. So let's go ahead and read from the final page of the storybook. I skipped a couple things because normally it goes through all the pages that you went through in the story mode, but let me just skip to the very last page that shows up here for stage 6-1. Yeah. The Yoshis finally got to the castle in the final page of the storybook. Behind all the noisy machines, Baby Bowser guarded the tree. Bowser was a tough baby, but bad guys finished last. The Yoshis won. The day was won, and Bowser fell. The Super Happy Tree was well. Yoshis were happy as could be. The heroes danced before the tree. And the Yoshis lived happily ever after. So thank you guys so much for this playthrough of Yoshi's Story. If you want to choose a different level, go back to stage 1, or go back to level 1, feel free to pick your favorite stage at this point. So until then, or otherwise if you want to just continue to the credits, you can do that too. Until then, Big Mac saying, later.